Welcome. Oh, that was a little low. Also a little loud on my part. To the Candid Athletic Training Podcast. Did you see that recovery?
Professional.
How are we doing tonight, Chad?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm pretty good. I think I'm ready for the show. I think I'm ready to end
when I was
my
ready
night on a high note.
You know when I was ready for the show? Like 30 seconds ago, we just came up with a fat.
He all of a sudden got excited, folks.
Super excited, and I probably will struggle with it.
I'm going to use this cup.
Oh, good for you. Welcome, all.
You're going to struggle with it. What are you going to struggle with?
So what was the quote? I assume this is the quote you put out there?
Yeah, what did I put?
It's from the movie?
Yeah. And it was oh god, I put in hold on.
The game is afoot?
Nope. I put in I sent out it's happening. Whether you like it or not, 8:30. The Royale wear jacket. You wear a jacket.
I would not have got that.
I know.
I am one of the biggest Sherlock Holmes marks.
I know, but do you like the do you like the Robert Downey Jr. movies as much as you like Sherlock Holmes? I mean,
no, I prefer the TV show.
I know you do.
By a wide margin. I liked the movies. I actually saw somewhere that they're contemplating doing a third one.
I hope so. I was actually just talking. So I brought this up last week. I have one of my employees at the clinic give me a movie every week, and then that's what's become where I get my quote from. And
so your employee came up with this?
Yeah, and she came up with Sherlock Holmes because she loves Sherlock Holmes as well. And so I said, that's perfect because I love the movie. I also love the show. Do not make me decide between the two.
Really?
Yes. I'm not going to do it.
I think
I'd walk off. I'd drop my mic. I'd walk off stage.
Visually, they're on par with each other. Like, I think this movie did some pretty cool effects
so
for slowing down. Good. Like, I don't know. The movie was visually very appealing.
Two different eras, right? Two different time eras. The TV show might be one of the greatest adaptations of a old story set in the now time. Did that make sense when I said that?
Yeah. Yeah, I think if you had me rank every TV show I've ever watched,
Gumbo.
In terms of my favorites and what I thought, I think Sherlock is my number one overall favorite TV show ever. Legitimately.
Not even Mount Rushmore.
And you want to know why? It's because they kept it short. They did 4 seasons and they got out. They didn't drag it on too long. It would have been Blacklist has gone on too long.
Yeah.
24 went on too long. How I Met Your Mother all went on 1 or 2 seasons too long. And the peaks were great.
Dead.
The peaks were really, really good.
Breaking Bad did not. That was on point.
I didn't care for the end of Breaking Bad.
Well, I'm not talking about the ending, but I'm saying I don't think they strung it out. I think they stayed in a nice order of nope. Here's the ending.
Maybe 1 season too long.
Okay.
I didn't necessarily care for the up in the woods. He's hiding out in the woods, away from his family part of it. I don't know.
I don't even Sorry, I got distracted by the comments.
Yeah.
Sherlock Holmes was so not too long that we want more. Correct?
Yeah. Absolutely. And I actually think the casting in the TV show,
I was just going to say that,
was so perfect.
But I also think the movie casting is pretty freaking spot on too.
Okay. Nah.
No?
I didn't necessarily care for Jude Law as...
I liked it.
I liked Martin Freeman 100 times more as a Watson.
Yeah.
Now you can debate. I don't know. I don't even know if you can debate Benedict Cumberbatch. I never know if it's a B or a P.
Cumberbatch.
Benedict C.
Benedict
is Sherlock Holmes. As good as Robert Downey Jr. was, he's just not quite Benedict C.
He is. Now, I'm going to give you this. I think Robert Downey Jr.'s was, again, very, like, good for the time period that it was set in.
Yeah.
And then also kind of the comedy relief of it.
Because there was more physical there was a more physical nature to it.
Yeah. Now, Benedict Cumberbatch, his is like, there's times you hate him.
Which is
there's like literally times that you're like,
yeah,
why is this guy such an asshole? And it's perfect. It is one of the closest perfect TV shows out there.
And the guy that played Moriarty was
he was really good.
Incredible.
He was really good.
One of the best TV villains of all time, which we talked about probably in episode 3 of this podcast, 190 some episodes ago. You know I think we did Sherlock. We did Sherlock in our first 10 episodes.
Oh God, yeah, maybe even 5. We
talked about all this.
I would put the villains in the movies up there with him, though.
I don't remember any of them. That's how
Moriarty is good. He's real good.
I mean, I'll watch them again.
You should.
If they were on TV, I'd watch them.
They're somewhere.
If the movies were on TV, I would definitely.
I bet they're on like Netflix.
Yeah, I'm sure they are. Which Sherlock episode is my favorite?
Oh my God!
Honest to God,
the only one I remember the name of is Pink Lady or something like that.
The first one.
Yeah.
How they introduced Sherlock and his abilities and like the deduction. I think 1 is good. I remember the Hounds of Baskerville pretty good. The wedding one was pretty good.
See, so many of the episodes are blurry to me.
I'll say this:
they don't. To me, they didn't each one didn't stand out. It was like the story. The whole
I agree.
Story.
Season 4 was a step below. Oh, you know what? My favorite one would have to be the one where Moriarty is in the pool.
Yeah, the pool
with the freaking lasers on.
Yes.
So intense. That's the feeling I got when I watched The Dark Knight in the theater, where my hair was standing up on my arms. That's how good I thought that was. That scene.
That one probably is. Yes. That would be my vote.
Yeah.
Irene.
We are way off to start this show. We do talk about athletic training.
No, we don't.
We're going to talk about athletic training tonight. I swear. So, episode 194, we've got a fun one. Hopefully, so we're recording this, I don't even know what's today, November 9th, Wednesday, November 9th. Hopefully you all got out and voted yesterday. That's important.
Vote.
And whether you vote red or whether you vote blue
or yellow,
just make sure you vote yes for Healthy Roster.
Oh,
that's called a transition.
Wow, this guy Dan would be so proud of you over there at Healthy Roster.
Check them out at www.healthyroster.com. They are the official sponsor of the Candid Athletic Training podcast.
I did not see that coming.
Good. That's the whole point. Honestly, just check them out. They just make athletic training easier, and that's what we all need. We need a little easy in our life right now because everyone is stressed out to the max in the traditional setting, and at least if you have Healthy Roster, it's going to be a little bit easier in terms of documentation. So make sure you check them out at healthyroster.com. Also, we got to thank Smart Tools, 10% off anything at Smart Tools by using the code CANDID10.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're shopping for some BFR stuff or some new instrument for scraping, I know you're not supposed to say scraping, but
what do you say? Instrument assisted soft tissue mobilization.
My athletes would just say, "Can I get scraped?" Because that's
too.
what they knew it. Can I get scraped?
I run into this problem at the clinic a lot because I never want to just like pull out a instrument.
You never want to pull out. I know. I heard that about you. That's how you got a kid.
Got a kid. So I'm not going to just pull out an instrument and then
There it is
say,
again. I can't get past
like,
it.
you just start scraping somebody.
Yeah.
And so I always ask, like, and I've resorted to saying, have you ever heard of cupping?
Oh no.
And then I go into the like, well, this is like the opposite of cupping, blah 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 blah. But I would love if we could call it something other than scraping. But that's what people say.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say gua sha because people are gonna be like, did you just have a stroke? What just happened? And then I'm not gonna say Graston because no offense, Graston, I'm not Graston certified and I don't have your tools.
Yeah, and we
And
support
I'm not gonna
Smart
say
Tools.
I'm not gonna say other brands.
Yeah.
And so if I say, hey, have you ever heard of Smart Tools?
You want to get smart tooled?
You want to get smart tooled?
Maybe we should just start saying that.
That's wicked smart. Why do
Lastly,
they not have somebody from Boston doing their advertisements?
I don't know.
Smart Tools.
Smart. Let's go.
Get your Smart Tools with Candid 10.
Candid. I couldn't do it. I'm so bad at accents.
We're gonna park the car with some Smart Tools.
Last.
Hey, Ma, get the meatloaf.
Get the meatloaf. Ma.
Who's who
Last
else did
sponsor
we
for
always
right now is that we're going to thank on the show is Human Kinetics.
Anyway, Kev.
So Human Kinetics, they support the show. They've got CEU courses. You can do live ones. You can do books. You can choose how you want to learn. You can get 20% off any Human Kinetics course by checking them out. Use the code Candid CEU, no underscore.
Correct.
Candid CEU.
You were just trying to get people to our social media
Yeah, which
pages
is
at Candid_ATC.
Thank you. We did have a meeting this morning with a potential new sponsor for 2023.
Yeah.
Fairly well-known company.
Fairly well known.
So hopefully that comes out, and hopefully CEUs might be on the table.
Hey,
It sounded like potential.
we just like keeping you at the edge of your seat.
Yeah. So, before we start tonight's show, let's pimp next week's show a little bit.
Pimp my ride.
Pimp my ride. So we just verified next week we are going to have a really okay. So if you're on the live stream, that means next week. If you are listening to this in the first day or so that it comes out, next week Wednesday, a week from tonight, so Wednesday, November 16th, we're going to do a very, very, very important show. This was brought up on social media, and we were tagged in it, and we've kind of made some arrangements. We're going to do a show about moms who are ATs.
Ma,
the meatloaf.
never know what she's doing back there.
Never know. So it's going to be led by, well, Kevin and I will lead it, but Abby's going to be on, and she's got a couple other mom friends who want to come on, and we're gonna kind of have a very candid conversation about what it's like being a mom as an athletic trainer. The pros, the cons, the good, the bad, the ugly, all that. So really important show. So if you want to join us for the live stream, I think that'd be great to support the moms who do this. We're going to try and make it fun. We're going to make it candid because that's what we do. So that's next week's show. So just make sure if you are listening to this before November 16th, join us on the live stream, 8:30 Central Time on the 16th. Just come to YouTube and come hang out with us, and we're going to have some really fun conversations with some moms. So
Can't wait.
mom jeans.
Moms.
One of my coaches used to just rave about the moms. She's like, I love the moms.
The moms.
It's not creepy at all.
Not at all. They make the best athletic trainers.
So, I don't think I have anything in terms of anything to talk about before. Oh, I'm yawning. Jesus. We're going to get that. We're going to, that's going to be right,
if you will.
right after this. Ready?
Go.
Nothing but MILFs next week. Yep.
Listen, Abby, there's mom jeans aren't bad. Nobody said anything about bad mom jeans. Mom jeans can be great.
Did she throw out MILF?
All right.
All right.
FMK.
Let's FMK because I just yawned.
Tell me
I'm
what.
old.
Tell me
Here it
what
is again.
happened. Oh God.
That's two.
Tell me what happened today.
Okay, so I work. First off, let me tell you. I'm going to tell you. We're going to sidetrack. You want
No chance. We're staying on task.
The craziest thing that,
Tangent.
and I think is
Ism.
So
Ism?
I work in a walk-in clinic, right? So I hope Erin's still on. She'll enjoy this because I believe she works in a clinic too now. The most ridiculous patient ever was referred to us. We do a walk-in orthopedic, like just, hey, let's get an x-ray, rule out a fracture. We'll maybe get you a walking boot, some crutches, whatever. But we get dumped on a lot because other doctors don't want to do their job. So they're like, oh, just go to ortho now. They'll look at you. Right? So on the schedule today, somebody walks in. It just says left knee pain.
Left knee pain. Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
We've got, I'm wrapping up a couple of their patients. I'm like, oh, our next patient's here. I'll go up to the lobby. I'll get them. I go to the front lobby.
Go to the lobby and
I call the patient back.
The hotel.
They're in a wheelchair. Fine. No
Yep.
big deal. We've seen plenty of people in wheelchairs.
Of course.
I get them into the room and I look at their intake sheet.
Yeah.
Paraplegic
Oh.
Paraplegic from T10 down
Okay. Knee pain.
with knee pain. I was like, what? I said, tell me what happened. And he explains, oh, I got some spasms in my leg. When you're paraplegic, apparently you'll get like spasms and you'll get twitches and stuff.
Sure.
Heard a crack. Went
Okay.
and got x-rays
Yeah.
already prior to coming to us. Got an
Nice.
x-ray somewhere else.
Good.
Compound fractured femur.
Compound fractured femur.
Was told to go to the ortho now walk-in clinic and not the emergency room.
Compound.
Fractured femur.
Compound. And the people who took the x-ray said, there's a walk-in clinic next door.
I was like, I got there and I pulled up the because luckily the x-rays were able to be pulled out, like they were in the system. I went, I don't think you're in the right place. I think you're going to be going to the ER really soon. And I went and got the provider and I said, hey, here's what's going on. And she's like, we got to get him to the ER immediately. Not compound out of the skin, but
does it have to be out of the skin to be compound? I think that's an actual question.
I think
I'm a little lost on my.
Kayla, I told that joke today too. I said there is a joke here when the guy, it's a walk-in clinic. I was dumbfounded. I was like, I can't believe he showed up at a walk-in urgent care. I mean, how is he supposed to know he wasn't in place? Yeah.
No, but whoever took the x-ray.
And it happened 6 days ago. 6 days ago.
So what did his leg look like? Just like swollen?
Oh, it was displaced. I didn't look. He told me that. I pulled up the x-rays. I didn't even do anymore. I said, I'll be right back. I just said, I gotta make sure you're in the right place first, which he wasn't.
Oof. What did the x-ray look like? Did you take a picture?
Maybe I'll send it to you tomorrow.
Yeah, I want to see it.
So, anyways, prior to that, my very
Where
first
in the femur?
right above the kneecap.
Okay.
Like it was
distal.
It was distal femur.
Wow.
Condyles were separated. It was rough.
Got a spasm in my leg. Displaced fracture is what we've learned today. I would fail athletic training 101. Would you?
Mm-hmm.
I would fail.
Yeah, for sure I would too. We've talked about that.
Just to give everybody a little insight.
So here's how the day started for me, and this is where our FMK is coming from.
Yeah.
I got patient into the room. So I was sick last week.
It wasn't the same patient though, was it?
No, different patient.
There it is again.
I actually took a day off last week because I was ill. First time in like 15 years I've ever taken a day off. Got him into the room, had something stuck in my throat, just started coughing and coughing and coughing, could not get it out.
Oh,
Told myself, I'm like, I got to step out. Excused myself out of the room, went to the water fountain, kept drinking. Eyes are crying because I'm coughing. Everyone's like, "Are you okay?
Nope.
Are you okay? Are you okay?" I'm like,
Not
"Yeah, I just got something stuck in my throat. It's like in the jugular."
Right there.
Got back into the room. I'm still coughing. I'm like hoarse from the coughing. I can barely talk. I'm like squeaking out words. I'm like, this is going to be a great podcast tonight if I lose my voice.
That would be fun.
So anyways, I got to thinking, is that the most embarrassing thing that can happen is where you just start coughing? So we're going to FMK having a coughing attack, sneezing, which I think you told me you had.
That happened to me today.
You just had one big giant sneeze?
I had one. So
how do you sneeze one time? You know me. If I sneeze once, I'm
yeah.
sneezing 100 times.
Yeah, but you do these like little sneezes.
Achoo. Yeah, and people think I'm like coughing.
I get the one big one out. Like I just try to get everything out. Dust. I don't know. I ate something like peppery. I don't know if like a little piece of pepper went like back there in my nostrils. But I had one really big sneeze, right? And that's bad enough in my clinic because it's super loud in there. So it's like we only had 2 patients left at the end of the day.
In this COVID era.
And like it's still,
you sneeze,
of course,
there's germs everywhere.
Everybody still thinks anything that comes out of your body is still COVID, even though I'm not sick. And so I sneeze, and then the subsequent like runny nose occurs for the next like 15 minutes.
Yep.
And I'm trying not to like in the middle of my treatment. I'm also trying not to rub my nose, obviously, because like I don't want to rub my nose and then I'm going to touch my patient, obviously.
And you're mask free.
Oh yeah.
So I have to wear a mask still at work.
Oh no.
Every day, all day. So when I sneeze, it's just right in the mask, which is glorious.
I do remember like mask days for me.
At least the runny nose situation, you can just kind of like pretend like you're adjusting your mask and you're really just wiping your nose. So
100%.
Like mask, a legit.
If you had a runny nose with a mask on, you could hide some boogers.
Yeah, for sure.
But I'm in my treatment trying to like not do any like sign that I have a runny nose, but meanwhile my nose is filling up a little bit.
Can't tip it forward.
Now I'm starting to talk a little different. I mean, he's got to notice. Like, and so I just finally went. I'm like, sorry, I had a big sneeze earlier, and now my nose is running.
Just farmer blow the hell out of it.
I know.
Farmer blow.
Farmer blow.
Yeah.
I call it a snot rocket.
Oh, okay. What do you guys call it on the live stream?
Farmer blow or
farmer
snot
blow
rocket?
Or snot rocket? Yeah. So for FMK, we're gonna do cough, sneeze, and then yawn. Is it okay to yawn? Like I just yawned. Is it okay? Because that shit's contagious. The yawns are yawns more contagious than coughs and sneezes? Do you think? That's got to be part of it.
Yawns are. Do we know why yawns are contagious, right?
No.
Because they elicit like some kind of like response to our hormones or something.
I yawn when I'm nervous.
You do?
Yeah, it's like if I'm nervous or excited, I will yawn. Like I used to yawn when I used to play sports before games. I would just start yawning.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's like your body's way of calming itself down.
Oh,
I think that's part of it.
That.
Yeah,
that's a new one. I yawn when I'm like cold. Like
sure,
if I'm like shiver, I'm very like
yeah, absolutely.
Like I don't know if maybe there's like an instinctual like it can warm your insides too. Who knows?
All right, so let's
FMK
Mary
goes,
and
baby.
I think it's always easiest to kill.
You would, Dexter.
So I have to kill the cough. I never want to do that again. Like
it's not funny.
Yeah, I'll kill the cough because I felt weak. I felt like I was losing the battle.
I felt weak.
A yawn, I think you're just going to do it.
His ox.
I think a yawn, you're just going to do one. You're not going to yawn like 4 times in a row.
You might.
I am. I'm fighting it right now. I'm fighting a yawn. I've had 2 already.
It hasn't been contagious my end.
I'm just excited thinking about this show.
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe you're nervous. Maybe you're nervous for next week's of the moms.
You know what?
Because they're going to take over the show and everybody's going to be like,
yeah.
Can we just get rid of Chad and Kevin and just have moms?
Yeah. So I think
we're gonna lose our gig.
I think I'll marry the yawn.
Okay.
Because you can be like, a yawn can be, it doesn't have to be terrible. It can be tired. It can be excited, whatever.
I just made myself yawn.
So I think you can
pretending to yawn.
You can't like
stupid
sneeze and be like, oh, that was a good sneeze. Or like you don't have a good explanation for a cough or a sneeze. It's only bad. Like a yawn, you're going to be like, people will be more understanding for a yawn, I think. So I'll marry yawn. Yeah. I'll F with the sneezes. Because I think my sneezes are funny.
And you know what? They feel good.
My sneezes are so pathetic that people are like,
yours are.
It becomes like a conversation point. Like, like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm just sneezing. They're like, what? That's a sneeze?
It is funny that you say that people think you cough, because every time you do sneeze, I have been around other people that have been like, you got a cold? Or like, what, like, why are you coughing?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So, I'll kill the cough. I'll marry the yawn. I'll F the sneeze. Good night, Kevin.
See you, Kev. God, I feel like I have to F the sneeze, because it's just this big release, and it feels so good. Right?
So you're Fing it, yeah. I think
I might just F it.
Yeah.
Now, part of me wants to almost marry the urge to cough, only because I feel like usually when I take a drink of water, it goes away. Now, I'm left with now you tried, it didn't work. I can't remember a time where I had the tickle and just, I might marry it just from the standpoint of, I think I could hide it because I always have water in my room, or I always have like a cup of coffee. I always have something with me. And my patients are generally laying on a table the entire time, either face down or face up, and I can always sneak like a little drink.
I try,
and it didn't work for you. So that's where I'm kind of on the fence of like well then should I kill the cough? Because it's the most irritating.
Yeah, when you have the cough, when you know it's coming, you try and clear. You're like, maybe I can just like loosen it up a little bit, like.
But I don't know if I can marry the yawn, and the fact that if like every single day I had to yawn while treating my patients, part of me would be like, God damn it! Like, why am I always?
What's wrong with me?
Yeah, a little. Like, if that's what I have to do, like, I'm taking it from a different lens, right? If you marry something, you're with them every single day, all day long. And if I'm going to be yawning all day long, like over and over again, that's exhausting in itself.
I agree.
Maybe marriage is exhausting.
It's just like an excite reflex. I don't know.
But the idea of like, I know somebody that just does that all the time.
Me?
All the time. Not you.
I do it
You
too.
do it a lot.
I clear. Like
you clear a lot.
And then especially now as I get older, like with eating food, I get so much food. I got that from my mom. I got a weak esophagus or something. I don't know. I can't clear.
Thanks, Mom, for my weak esophagus.
I want to stop and
bring some up.
Not one or two live stream members say they sneeze when they get too full or when they eat.
What the F?
I've never heard of that.
Does food come out of your nostrils then? That has never happened to me before. Sneeze because you're too full. Like, what would cause that? We need some...
It's incredible.
Crazy doctor. Why do I sneeze when I'm too full?
That's
crazy.
So you did all three?
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to marry the cough. I'm just going to marry it.
Okay, you're going to embrace it.
F it.
Kayla said she's marrying the yawn, killing the sneeze, effing the cough. Interesting. I hate to sneeze because mucus in a mask is disgusting. Did you know it's called snatiation?
Snatiation.
A weak esophagus?
Snatiation, satiations. Oh, my goodness.
So we got some comments here. I don't know.
What do you got? Anything?
I think this is on our next topic here.
All right. Well, I think we did a good job with the sneezes
Yeah, I agree.
and with the coughs. And maybe a little bit of the yawns.
So we're going to move on. We're going to do our friend or foe. We put it up on social media, which is Candid_ATC. Kevin,
Seriously.
friend or foe?
That would hurt so bad to sneeze when you're
What's
full.
that?
Well, Nisi just talked about it. I don't know. Somebody else must have said something too. Like sneezing when your stomach's full. I feel like I would, like a little would come up. Like a little.
Just something. A little chunk.
I'm going to swallow that back down.
Especially mine. I got the food that stays in here.
I don't know, man.
All right, Kevin.
What?
Have you looked at
What?
our Twitter in the last 5
not.
hours?
I'm
Okay.
not.
Friend or foe, using your personal laptop for work. Tell me what the people, and we've got a fair amount of votes on this. This is
Tell you what they said.
Yeah, tell me how the people voted. Friend or foe, using your personal laptop.
I think the people voted foe.
What percentage?
58.
70? 30. That surprises me. Foe.
Foe. Gotcha.
Comments. Nate said, I'm the opposite. I use my work laptop for personal use.
Perfect.
HIPAA violation, or do you mean like using it at work? Because you cannot be doing notes and stuff on your personal. That's not a lot. That's a lot more in fines than we make in a year. Abby says, I might have started a Kroger delivery order on the work one while waiting for my scrimmages to begin today. Luke McCarthy said, my personal laptop is a Surface. It travels better than any laptop I could get from work. Dave Rausch said, only on a secured network, usually just for healthy roster.
Ooh. Hey.
Kayla said, my only laptop is my work
Giggity,
laptop. I'm
giggity.
looking into buying my own gaming one, though. So I guess when I framed the question, I was just thinking, I used to use my personal laptop to do healthy roster. I think that's fine.
Did you have a work laptop when you were at the college?
No.
Okay.
There was like a shared one, but who wants a shared laptop?
Yeah.
That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
I'm assuming you don't have a work laptop now because there's really no reason, right?
Technically, at my workstation, it's a laptop that's plugged into the monitor, so I could take it around with me.
And so you're the only one that uses it.
Yeah.
So you could take it home or no?
Potentially. I guess I don't know that. Yeah,
Okay.
maybe.
When my previous career, I had a work laptop. So I never had. It's false. I had a Surface for a little bit, but it was given to me, and I didn't really use it for anything. I didn't buy like another laptop because I felt like anything that I needed a laptop for, I could use my work one. Like if I wanted to truly type up a document, who cares? I'm going to use my work laptop. And then everything else I could do on my phone. Now, if I flip the roles of like using my personal laptop at work, part of me says foe from the standpoint of if I need to use a laptop at work, number one, my job should be providing me a laptop. Number two, I'm like, as you can see, I'm like a tab.
You've got 150 tabs open right now.
I got at least. I got like,
What's the most amount of tabs you've ever had open on your? What? Seriously, my former coworker Kelly, and I hope she's listening. I've never seen anybody worse than Kelly. In Spanish,
14.
folks.
I got 14.
He's got 14 tabs. I can't do more than like 5 or 6. If I get past 5 or 6, I start sweating.
Now, I do. Here's the bummer is. I mean, I have 3 emails that I use all the time.
Yeah.
Kind of brings up like personal email for work too. Like that's kind of like a similar.
So
question.
okay, sorry.
But I'm gonna say Oh, this is tough. Because what I want to say is I'd prefer to use a work laptop as my personal laptop. Because I really do think I could get away with never having a laptop in the world. The only reason I have it is for like work purposes, and now that like I have to do more businessy style things, like this is my work laptop, but it's also my personal. Foe.
I'm gonna go
God
friend.
damn.
I use my.
I don't know.
I used mine. I just prefer my laptop. I work faster on it. The keyboard fits my hands better. Like I'm
true.
used to it. You like muscle memory. You ever go on and like I have to switch.
Freaking true.
You ever go on someone's laptop and you're like, why are these buttons in the wrong place? And they're not. They're just spaced a little bit differently. And you're like, what the fuck? And why is this button not working? And
Yeah, and not to mention like most work laptops.
your
are probably
space bar
PCs.
sucks.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Why is yours
so
scroll up when I put my fingers down?
Yeah.
I don't get
Who's
it.
got it on backwards? Like that's why I could never play Call of Duty.
What is yours? You scroll, buddy.
Well, I don't have anything.
Scroll on something. The comments.
Okay, here.
Oh, you are backwards.
No,
No, you're backwards.
Oh yeah.
When I scroll down with my fingers, the page goes down. When I scroll up with my fingers, the page goes up.
Weirdo.
I know, right?
Just kidding.
I mean, but that's a real thing.
So in terms of work stuff,
Yeah.
I like.
That's why I could.
So
never
like a
play
coach,
Call of Duty.
a coach would. Yeah, this fucking button's not. Who uses the X button for this? I haven't played a video game in years, and I'm having like withdrawals.
You should come on over. We should play some Batman.
I would love to. I just need a day.
See you and me both. But
So like a coach might ask me, be like, "Hey, can you put together like a rehab program for, or like a stretching program for something?"
Me and you, Hannah.
And I would do that on my personal. Like I have like, I love coming up with like workout programs and stuff like that. I would do all that stuff on my personal laptop.
Okay.
Is that weird?
No,
It's not like
No, I get it. You function better on your personal laptop.
I'm just more familiar with Mac programs than like going from numbers to Excel, or like there's just like little small things. What the hell?
Kayla's probably the youngest one, right?
Yeah.
Let's make a Twitch channel.
Let's read some of the comments. So I'm gonna just say friend because I did it, and
Abby.
I don't know. We got a lot of good comments here.
I think Twitch is you record yourself playing video games, right?
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
what that is.
That's what we're going to be doing next. Abby said, I use my work laptop for non-work stuff. Nisi said, nah, I wouldn't want to use my personal laptop for work. Hannah said she's not supplied a work computer. Nisi said, maybe me too. I'd be doing non-work stuff on my work laptop. Abby finished her Kroger order before she went home. Kayla asked if we use a VPN.
Ooh. We need a Candid VPN.
Hannah said,
Nobody can find me.
Here's Hannah's best comment. My own personal, using my own hotspot because porn is blocked on school computers and Wi-Fi. All caps. It's a joke, people.
Oh, God.
Someone's going to jail.
Somebody is.
No
longer PG-13, folks. We are officially R.
Yeah, and then it just spirals. So, I mean, you can see arguments for both ways. That's why it's a good friend or foe. I was surprised with how many people said foe. Honestly, I thought more people would find it just convenient to use their own laptop, and I guess I'm in the minority of that.
So let me ask you a question. Say cops just showed up at my door. Nice, Hannah. Say you were given a work laptop.
Yeah.
And
God damn, I'd still use you're going to carry two laptops around, two chargers, two all this stuff.
That was my question.
Fuck no.
Yeah.
Make it easy.
So I used to, when I had my work laptop, because I had to have it. Because HIPAA, you could not do anything Brewers related on your personal laptop. And now I had one of the...
You couldn't? It wasn't allowed?
Yeah.
Frowned upon, like masturbating on an airplane.
Yeah, I mean, legitimately, I actually had to sign a document saying, say I had player files on my personal computer just because it was like easier to like transfer them or
you get fired.
I probably would have got fired, but they literally could have confiscated my laptop.
How are you gonna get fired on your day off? I'm just kidding.
At the same, I was always kind of like, well, what about like the pictures of the weird shit that I do at work on my phone? I also had a work phone, so I always took the weird pictures on my work phone. I hated carrying two phones. I hated, even though I had the world's thinnest and smallest personal laptop because it was one of the original Surface, like tiny, tiny, tiny. I hated carrying both of them, so I just stopped.
Yeah,
and I just used I just used my work laptop.
We're not even getting into the do you print personal stuff
At work?
at work? Like
I did all the time.
Like, oh, I just need to print out this thing.
Yeah, you got to print
Like,
it.
do you have a printer at your place?
Yeah.
You do? We don't have a printer at our house. Haven't had one.
I mean, no, I only have one here.
You don't have one
I don't have one
in
at
your
home.
residence?
No, I just have one at work.
Because you just print shit at work, right?
Yeah, business expense. You think I'm paying for ink?
It's a fucking write-off.
You think I'm paying for paper and ink on my own dime?
It's a write-off.
I am,
It's
because
a
I own the
write-off.
business, so I basically pay for everything.
You don't know that.
It's just a tax write-off. What?
Do you know that reference?
No, what'd you say?
It's a write-off. It's a write-off. It's a write-off. Do you know what a write-off is? No, I don't know what a write-off is.
What is that?
It's from Schitt's Creek.
Oh. Yeah, I still haven't watched that show.
Really pretty good. It got pretty good.
Started watching Welcome to Wrexham.
Whoa, that sounds dirty.
You know, it
Welcome to Wrexham.
sometimes is because Ryan Reynolds is in it. So Ryan Reynolds and McElhenney or something.
Oh, is that the documentary about them buying the soccer
team?
Oh, Julie's watching that too.
Yeah.
You like it?
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, we
So
were
far,
told
it's
that it
just
was
fine.
good. Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I was told, and I'm waiting for the time though. I was told that they actually start having appearances by their physios, their athletic trainers, and apparently they're funny, and I can't wait.
Fuck, let's have them on our show.
Can't wait.
You know what I just saw is out there as a TV show that I never knew? No, damn it. Now I just lost it.
Friends. Seinfeld.
Pennyworth.
Oh, yeah.
I've heard.
Like the origin of Mr. Alfred Pennyworth.
Yeah, I freaking kind of want to lock in on that.
I know. I don't have the
Maybe by May we can do it for
May. Sure. May's good.
Oh no. Pennyworth is fucking Jesus. I'm an idiot. I'm Batman. I was thinking Star Wars. May the 4th.
Oh, May the 4th. No.
I'm an idiot.
I was just thinking timeline. My kid will almost be 1, and maybe I'll have longer naps in my future.
Hopefully.
It's
the best. All right.
So right now, the only reason when I watch stuff, it's because it's like I don't have to pay attention to it.
Yeah. I try and sneak a thing in. I try and, like, downtime at work, I try and watch a little bit.
Yeah, well, that's another, like, friend or foe.
Watching TV at work?
Yeah.
Fucking friend.
Yeah. I don't
Need
know.
a mental break from the bullshit.
Yeah, sometimes I would just rather have a shorter
We'll save
day.
that one. All right. We gotta do our fat here.
Fatty, fat.
We came up with this literally with 15 seconds before
we
the show went live.
You think we didn't? We did.
Robin Hood. And I put this on our show doc a long time ago.
We're men in tights.
Is that the best one?
To me, it is.
It's pretty good, but I really like. Okay, when you think of Robin Hood, is that what you think of?
Yes. Second, the Disney cartoon.
I kind of still think of the Disney cartoon.
Yeah.
But I love the Russell Crowe one.
It's great.
I love it. I love
What
it.
about
I want
Kevin
the second
Costner
one. I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it.
Who's Michael Bolton? Doesn't he have like the main song in it? I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like the power ballad.
Michael Bolton,
Michael Bolton,
like the singer.
He's the one that's. It was a cool name till that No Talent Ass Clown came around. Why should I change my name? He's the one that sucks.
So what would
Men
you
in
say
Tights.
you do here?
Men in Tights. Dave
We're Men in
Chappelle.
Tights.
Incredible. Hey Blinken. Did you say
Hey, Blinken?
Did you say Abe Lincoln? No, I said hey
Blink.
Blinken. My favorite part of that movie is when he pulls out the Braille the Braille adult magazine. And he's just sitting in it
Sitting on
where
the
the toilet
He's totally
is,
the
but
house.
there's no house around him.
Yeah.
A
and then he
chew.
starts
God dang it. I haven't seen it in so
feeling the
long.
statue.
So good.
It's a wonderful movie.
So here's why I put it on the show doc to begin with. One, because I
Okay.
really like the movies and the story, but I personally, I have this deep down philosophy, like deep down at the core of athletic training. Like, people want athletic training, the profession, to be Robin Hood. Like,
yeah.
we want to help the less fortunate. We want to say F the rich, give to the poor. I feel like this whole, like, we want to treat our athletes who don't get enough care. The mentality of the profession, to me, is Robin Hood through and through. So many times I was like, why do we continue to do athletic training? It's because we believe in the concept of stealing from the rich, giving to the poor, kind of helping our athletes, because if we don't help them, who else is going to? I feel like that translates to Robin Hood quite a bit.
I think our athletes should be the Robin Hood, and we should be the ones that they're giving shit to.
Yeah.
Totally.
Well, now,
I worked with a lot of rich athletes.
yeah, you came from a different circumstance.
I think Robin Hood. Who should we start with? Who do you want to start with? Maid Marian? Should we just start with Maid Marian?
Yeah, let's start with Maid Marian.
Okay. So Maid Marian. Maid Marian, you don't really know much about her.
No, she's kind of like an athletic trainer. She's like she's just kind of mysterious.
I would say each movie, each interpretation of the Maid Marians is a little different. You know, some are young, some are old, some are like the quiet leader of their people. Some are the actual just the unattainable kind of princess that is in the castle that Robin Hood wins with his charm. I would say the overwhelming story behind Maid Marian is that she does not judge before she gets to know the person around her.
Yeah.
And so
Like
I
a
would
good
say,
judge of character?
Yeah. She patience. She's got some patience
So-
to learn.
So like the Russell Crowe one, she's like the farmhand, like
Freaking
get dirty,
badass.
like badass, like
She's
you
the-
know what?
She is the king of their tribe.
She runs the shit out of that place.
Dad is just old,
Yeah,
so
and
she
she's
does everything.
incredible. The work rate. So
Workhorse.
just like an AT.
So strong characteristics for Maid Marian.
Yep.
What does it take to be a maid?
I
What
don't-
makes you a maid?
I mean,
I don't know what the hierarchy of
Usually
maid
a-
makes you.
usually a dust mop.
Is it like a lord? A dust mop?
I was thinking of like
What
maids,
about a dust
service.
A dust mop or like a duster?
Either.
Are you thinking like a
I was thinking of like Clue,
uh
Yvette.
Idiot. I should watch that movie too again.
Freaking so good.
It is so good.
Okay. So I don't know how you become a maid.
Me neither.
Maid of honor. Well, we got the internet, right? Or how
that's all it is?
do
Kayla.
you become
Wow. Kayla
a
might have answered
maid?
it. I mean, because you are a maid of honor is the right hand to the bride, but she's not married. A matron of honor would be a married person.
Okay.
So maybe it's as simple as that. It's just a woman that wasn't married at that time of the world.
Made
in the time of
Okay.
yore.
Just be single.
Yeah, the time of yore. So I think she's a pretty strong candidate. What
Yeah,
about-
for sure.
What about Little Big John?
Little Big John.
Little Big John.
So he's got a staff, and he's big.
He's got.
He's tough,
Yeah,
right? He fights with a staff,
he does.
and Robin Hood has the bow, and Will has the knives,
Yep,
if I remember correctly.
it's pretty accurate.
So, Little John is supposed to be the strong one. He be the strong one. He is supposed to carry
He's
the brunt of the work.
big as a horse. I think he's supposed to be
An ox.
I think he's supposed to be the one that comes off the bus and people are a little intimidated.
So he's an athlete.
But yet, Robin over there is actually the star, right? Selfless, a little selfless.
I mean, the band of merry men. I don't know. I think working a staff, like, you got to have a little hand. I mean, they're all going to have really good hand-eye coordination.
Of course.
So I think that's all equal. So Little John got bested by Robin Hood in a duel.
Do you think being 6'7" and like 300 pounds would help you as a athletic trainer? I'm just guessing on some height and weight. But,
Yes and no.
or do you think
The height helps. See over people. You can be in the back. You can still see vantage point. You don't have to worry.
Nobody's messing
It's
with
tough
you.
on the bus if you're 6'7".
Oh, big time. Really bad.
It's going to be a little bit slower for the on-field, potentially. Although you can be 370 in Hall, and that puts you in the NFL.
Yeah, you're the athlete now.
Is it universal, like all the Little Johns
Are big?
are scared of water, or is it just in certain stories? Like,
I'm gonna say that's just Robin Hood Men in Tights.
he was scared of water just in that one,
'Cause he was gonna drown.
right?
In the
So
in the creek.
I have a hard time remembering all the different stories.
I mean, we can go just Robin Hood Men in Tights characters.
Nah, because if he's scared of water, that's a drawback. You can't. You're going to be an indoor cat, an indoor athletic trainer.
Yeah, and even then, you can't be swimming. You can't be with the swim team.
Nope, not at all. That's tough.
Yeah, it's very tough, and you're not gonna be able to fill any whirlpools.
Well, you can just turn them on and walk away.
I
Just
don't
let
know.
them overflow.
Might freak you out,
Yeah.
especially when you get down. You got to get down in there and like clean it. Maybe
Okay.
what if somebody's gonna turn the water on? You're gonna drown. I don't know. Just making stuff up. Friar, mother effing Tuck.
So,
He's the drunk.
I know that's universal. He likes to drink in all these. Like, he provides the beverages. He's the hydration specialist.
He also provides the sound counsel.
Does he? Anywhere?
Totally. He's totally the one that kind of walks Robin off the ledge every once in a while.
Sure.
Like, listen,
Kind-
trust the process.
You know who he kind of reminds
Here,
me of? The
Have this
character.
cup of mead.
You know who? If
Ooh.
Varys from Game of Thrones,
Oh,
like,
sure.
you can kind of see where they'd be like cousins.
Yeah. Bald Varys with no genitalia anymore.
Eunuch.
Yeah.
The eunuchs.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like, just like kind of like that role.
he was a little more of a manipulator.
Well, that's where I was going.
But-
Like, is Friar Tuck a manipulative son of a gun?
Nah.
So in the Kevin Costner one, doesn't he?
Ooh.
So he's like running moonshine,
Kevin Costner one?
or not? Sorry, in the not the Kevin Costner one.
Russell Crowe one?
The Russell Crowe
yeah.
one.
No, he's running moonshine for sure.
Yeah.
It's just-
So
it's-
he's
it's
got a
honey-
side hustle.
Honey mead, right? I think it's honey mead.
Yeah.
That's because he also has his
Have you ever
bees.
had a mead?
I have.
What makes it a mead?
The grain I think that it's made out of,
Oh.
or it's not even made out of a grain or something. I can look it up.
M
can't really remember.
E. Yeah. Did you like the mead?
There's mead nowadays that like tastes a little. People have fruitified it and like kind of make it taste a little different. I've had like a classic sip of mead and not really.
Okay. So I think Friar Tuck is probably, he doesn't bring a lot to the table other than he brings some beverages.
Fermenting honey mixed with water and sometimes added ingredients such as fruits, spices, grains, or hops. The alcohol content ranges from about 3.5% to more than 20.
Whoa.
So it's honey.
Yeah. It's honey beer.
I didn't know honey was the base. I got honey beer. It doesn't. It's not that great.
All right. Will Scarlett.
Throwing knives.
Throwing knives. Diego. You never saw Umbrella Academy.
I have not.
Diego threw knives. So again, good hand dexterity, quick. I don't remember his personality. He's very kind of like, he's even less known than Little John, I think. In terms of notoriety, it goes Robin Hood, Little John, or Friar Tuck.
Yeah,
and then
sure.
like Will's kind of just like the
Dark Horse.
Yeah, like he's
In
kind
the
of like,
background.
which makes him
Sneaky.
totally an athletic trainer because we're the ones just hanging out in the background that nobody knows about.
Being really accurate with what we do.
Yeah, sniper.
In all aspects.
So, do you remember anything else about
we don't
him?
lose. No. I honestly, like,
It's just an average dude.
he's kind of he's like Lancelot, I feel like.
Sir, baby, mix a lot.
Like, he's probably if you don't have him on your team, you're going to lose. But nobody recognizes the fact that if he wasn't there, or that when you do win, that he was the reason.
He completes the puzzle.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the way I see him.
And then Robin Hood. I mean, clearly the most well-known.
Yeah.
Heart is in the right place. Kind of, he'll do whatever it takes. All the things I kind of mentioned before, I think make him a really strong. I mean, he's obviously now being the figurehead character in the story.
Yeah.
Makes him the least athletic trainer like because the AT is never the story when it comes to the team. They're kind of the adjunct.
The bow and the arrow.
Really important.
Is
there a metaphor there? I mean, it's good hand-eye coordination, steady
something?
eyesight. Your mind. Okay, here it is.
He's probably really good at
With
throwing
the-
tape rolls into the garbage.
Yeah, probably. I got a fun game to play on Instagram that we're going to talk about after the show.
On Instagram.
Instagram game. You know how we did the Mark Pro challenge?
Yeah.
I got a new challenge for everyone on social media.
That's what you mean by that. Okay.
So I've got a new challenge, a social media challenge, athletic training. It'll be fun.
Okay.
It's the stupidest thing you've ever heard, but you're going to do it once. You're going to be
Then
like,
I love it.
I kind of like it.
Okay.
We'll try it right after the show
You got it.
if you have what we need. But think about this. When you're shooting a bow and arrow, you have so many variables to calculate. What's the distance? What's the wind? Is my target moving? How fast? Like, is my heart rate under control? Right? He's a biathlete. You got to be able to calm yourself, your nerves. I think all the variables that go into shooting a bow and arrow make you a good athletic trainer. Like doing those 7 calculations instantaneously in your head.
You know, I'm listening to this book actually about this guy that's he's basically a professional bow hunter. And being really good at shooting a bow is basically patience, going further than anyone else will, and enduring the failure most of the time that is associated with having to be so precise one time. It sounds very athletic training to me.
Yeah. Have we ever done
The book's called Endure.
the Hunger
by the way.
Games? Have we ever done Hunger Games, Fat?
I think
Like-
so.
Katniss Everdeen was never on the fat bracket. She would have been the easy choice, right? We've never done one.
I can't.
Let's put that on there.
Come on.
If you're on the live stream, let us know. And you've listened to most of our show. Have we ever done a friggin' Hunger Games? I I can't think of a single character that's been on there. We have to put it on there, yeah. Maybe we should do that next week.
Maybe.
We'll get into the same argument. Bow shooting it's super important.
So who do you got?
For me, it's a slam dunk. It's Robin Hood. Like,
Slam dunk?
I think the
You think
mentality.
Maid Marian's up there though.
Maid Marian is
Maid Marian going to
number
make the
2
fat bracket?
Yes, she will.
Okay.
I think so. I think for me, I would put Robin Hood as a top 3, like a 1, 2, or a 3 seed. Potentially. Maid Marian somewhere in the middle. I actually started a doc.
I mean, Robin Hood's definitely a top 3 seed.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's going to be a top 1.
We're going to have to put this up on social media and see what people say. So
You got it.
pretty fun. I just think there's a lot of strong characteristics with him. I think he's tough to beat. Do you have somebody? Do you have Robin Hood 1?
Walk this way.
Robin Hood 1, Maid Marian 2?
Yeah.
For sure.
I agree.
Little,
I can't
Little
argue
John and
against
the
that.
East Side Boys 3?
Sure.
What? I can't even do it because I was coughing. Okay. Should we friggin' do our feature topic?
Why not?
All right. All right. So maybe next week we'll do the Hunger Games. Who knows? Oh no, we got a couple other things. We got some things lined up. We'll have to work it in there. So our feature topic tonight, Kev, do you wanna break it down?
Yeah. So I don't know if you're still on there, Mr. Nate, but Nate sent us something. And
Something.
basically, so he prefaced it with a possible topic to the Candid guys.
Yeah.
Overly complex tapings and asking host ATs to perform them.
And we're going to make this more general than that, but
Yeah, and so he got an email that he said, we just got a treatment request, and all 3 of us had no idea what the AT was talking about. And so I'm an athletic trainer blank, reaching out regarding, a basketball competition, and this person sends some descriptions of some tape jobs.
said tape job.
Yeah. And there must be like techniques that have been taught in certain classes, that common language. But okay. I'm going to read the first one. Left foot, lateral to medial arch strips, close, half strips over top. That's in parentheses.
Close.
Wrap donut pad on.
You lost me after the arch support.
Centered over the third MT head.
The donut?
Sure.
Okay.
So the next one was both patella tendons, 3 passes with tape twist.
I don't even know what that means. 3 passes of what?
Tension over the tendon only. I don't know what it means either. And now one was left ankle lateral sprain support. Okay. I mean, I think. But you get my drift. You get Nate's drift. And, no harm, no foul on our end. But this brought up, basically...
Was the tape twist, is that like a...
I'm thinking it's like a kinesio tape job or something.
Is it like a Chopat strap? Like a... Like where you take pre-wrap, roll it up?
3 passes over patella tendon, twist it around tape. I don't know. I really don't know.
I wonder if it was supposed to be like just take pre-wrap and roll it up, and I don't know, whatever.
I'm going to tell you, my career of taping is so different than I think most athletic trainers. because I did very little of it.
Here it is. I hope your bat is okay.
Some ankles,
Is your
some
bat
wrists,
is your back going to be okay with this tape?
some thumbs. That's about it. Some kinesio tape stuff, but I mean, yeah, I'm certified YouTube kinesio taper. So, Chad, you are going to have a little more, I think, to say about this from the standpoint of my visiting teams always had an athletic trainer with them.
Always.
I'm just going to say every once in a while, maybe you experienced the other. Maybe the visiting team didn't have somebody with them. Maybe.
With baseball,
Yeah.
only when we played Division III schools.
That's what I was thinking.
We would have a handful of games against Division III schools where they would not have an AT.
But did you ever have to do treatments on said players?
No. So, in my opinion, and this is just my opinion, if you are covering a sport or a team where there's not an athletic trainer on the visiting team, I think your obligation is for on-field emergencies only, on-field injuries.
I agree.
Hey, you know what? You need to be done or not done, or like, let me at least, reassure you that this is going to be okay, kind of thing. But in terms of helping them to get into I don't think that's really appropriate. Now, we would send, and I will say this, I worked track, and we did not travel with the track team or the cross-country team on the road.
That's a good one. I think most track athletic trainers don't train travel.
Would we send instructions with an athlete on what to do? Maybe once a year?
But like to the athletic trainer or for the athlete to do on their own?
No, to the athletic trainer. Okay. Like, hey, can you do this tape job for us?
Okay. Yeah.
If it was more than just a regular ankle tape, we wouldn't. I don't think. At least I didn't. So but here's the thing. Honest to God, I've said this before.
Yeah.
It's kind of I wash anyways. Like, if the difference between your athlete playing and not playing is a tape job, should they really be playing? Like, if you're there and can do it, fine. If it doesn't bother you, I don't know. It even got to the point where, like, my athletes would be like, if I have to tape you to play, I don't think you should play.
Correct.
So,
if the only thing between me and you, or you and you playing this game, is a very, very specific tape job, like, I don't know what to do.
So
probably shouldn't be playing. So I think.
And then what about treatments? Be like, hey, would you ever send a letter? Can you do an ultrasound on this, or can you give this kid a hot pack before the game? Man, oh man, like, I would never.
I struggle with it. I also struggle with the fact that our live listeners are hilarious.
Well, I'm totally blank. I was just, what do we got on the comments?
Well, I'm gonna bring that. So Kayla,
go ahead.
She was being serious, so I'm gonna bring her up in first because she's the only respectable one here. Right
respectable.
So she said back in a softball rotation, we had our girls go to a tournament about 2 hours away, and we had to cover other home sports, so we couldn't go. And so they had a good relationship with the other AT. They called and we had a good relationship with their AT and called to see what we could do. They sent video, sent supplies, and talked to the athlete. Hey, if this doesn't work out, here's the backup. I think videos in the days now of technology, instead of sending like an email of like description, send a video of it. Again, I think if it's too complicated, you got to figure out something that's easier. Unless you can do the tape job or some special treatment before the person leaves for a competition. If you are in a situation where you're traveling hours on end or across, many states, and, that tape job's not going to last until tomorrow when the game is happening, I think you have to come up with something that's a little more universal, something that most athletic trainers are going to know. And if you can't, and it's very important, it's the state championship, and you can't go to the game as the athletic trainer, you really are going to have to call that athletic trainer and say, listen, this is what I do. You're going to have to reach out and talk and maybe video chat, maybe do other things, not an email. So that's, I like Kayla. You had it down. And then Hannah brought the Hannahs, and she said, what helps with shoulder pain?
Yeah.
And then everybody followed suit, but nobody got it right. And so,
Abby brought up a point.
Yeah.
She said, sometimes a kid needs a mental boost. She said, if the tape job was more of a mental assist for a kid, would that change your view? And here's what I'll tell you, Abby, if anybody ever asked me for anything, I would never say no.
Correct.
I would never just flat out be like,
do my best.
No. Well, here's what I would do.
I'm going to do it better.
I would do it, and I would turn around and go, what the fuck? Why am I wasting my time? I would just bitch about it to myself. I would just grumble. So I would just be kind of like a crabby old guy.
Oh.
I would just be like, really? That's kind of how I would be. Like, really? Okay, yeah, sure, no problem.
So
really?
For sure,
really,
like Hannah
really?
Brings up, the most important thing is to show your athlete the most necessary pre-treatment type thing instead of relying on the other athletic trainer. The other side of that is if you're going to have something super special for your athlete, then 100% you need to teach them how to teach somebody else how to do it.
Here's an idea. Get a freaking brace.
Sure.
Ankle brace. But now, if it's the knee, put it in the knee sleeve.
Maybe.
I guess. I don't know.
Maybe. I would say, and Abby works with a younger population, and I think every once in a while the Band-Aid is the key to them.
So important.
Like kind of going. Now, that's the thing is, if it's just a Band-Aid, then it doesn't matter what it is. Let's just put the magic healing touch of any kind of tape job on there, and it doesn't have to be perfect, right?
Yeah, but that falls into wound care for me, not even like treatment.
Sure. Would you stop marrying the cough?
I can't.
You can't. Folks, you can't.
I'm going to call in sick again.
You should.
Clearing.
I'm going to call in sick for the rest
I don't
of the
know.
week.
I just think there's something about we should I know it's been said in the live stream, like if you can't teach your athlete how to manage it itself, I don't know. It's a touchy subject because we want to prove value, prove worth, prove we know what we're doing. Just don't put the burden on somebody else.
Yeah, but the value of what we do is way more than the special tape job, right? I think there's, I don't know. So in my professional, like baseball career, we had guys that needed it's this exact tape job, and only Dan can do it, and like it has to be this way because he's the one that figured out that if you just go around this one corner perfectly, then I hit home runs for days. And it ultimately somebody else would have to do it, and everything's fine. And I think number one, don't burden home athletic trainers if you're sending kids somewhere or sending athletes places. Number two, if somebody truly needs something, one, send them with supplies because you're probably in a situation where you're working in a college or high school or grade school setting that supplies are valuable. Send videos, make calls. Don't send an email. I don't know. Don't let that be the only communication.
Yeah. Or maybe just ask ahead of time. Be like, hey, are you okay if I ask you to do this? And nobody's ever going to tell you no. Nobody's ever going to say no.
Nobody's going to say no. And then, you know what? When you're the home AT and somebody comes in and like, I got this, this, and this, and this, you know what you should do? Be better. And come up with something that's even a better tape job and send them back to their school. And they're going to be like, you know who's better than you? That other athletic trainer.
I transferred strictly because of the AT.
Strictly. Because they know how to put a donut pad on.
Yeah. Oh, God.
In the right spot. Either way. Because that, you know what? Most of the time, like special tape jobs, like you need special tape, right? You need special things. So, what do you got? You got anything else on that topic? We were going to go somewhere else with that.
No, I think it's just, it's not necessarily even about tape jobs. It's about like treatments and stuff like that. Just asking the other athletic trainer to do stuff for your athletes. Is that legit? Maybe we turn this into a friend or foe. I don't know. It's probably a good friend or foe.
I think it's got to be.
We'll put a vote out there.
You know what? You know what's a bummer is it's always at least in my experience, it's the athlete that they can't go without the treatment.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm not saying physically, mentally, right? And that and so therefore your job as that athletic trainer is to walk them through the process of, you know what? I'm not always going to be there. So what are you going to do when the day that I have a tickle in my throat and I got to go home?
Like right now. So.
Yeah. Education.
Yeah. Very fun.
Okay.
Some really good sidebar conversations tonight.
Oh, there's so many.
So next week.
What do you think?
Next week, episode 195. Make sure if you're listening to this, if it's before November 16th, you are jumping on the live stream.
Let's go, Abby.
We're going to have some moms on. We're going to talk athletic training. As a mom, I think it's going to be a very interesting and important show for us. We're going to switch it up a little bit in our presentation, maybe a little bit. It's going to be, we're going to be a round table discussion, which we don't do a ton of. So, Kayla asked, are we going to have a Thanksgiving episode? We're going to pre-record. Kevin and I are going to pre-record one. We won't do a live stream, but we will have one come out.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. And you know,
Kevin's got some friends and family coming in from out of town, and he's got a gathering Wednesday night, and so he's got
life happens.
Life.
And maybe we'll even release it on Wednesday, and you can watch it at 8:30 o'clock at night. Whatever. Yeah. Whatever you want to do. Yeah. Here's the thing. Go to candidathletictraining.com. Get yourself a membership. With that membership, you get lots of cool stuff. You not only get us, but you get access to CUs. You get access to discounts. You get access to just being part of a really, really cool community. Check us out on all social media networks, Candid_ATC. Thanks to all of our sponsors. Thanks to Chad.
Thank you, Kevin.
Thanks to the guy that has this space that we can do the podcast in.
Yeah, thanks Healthy Roster, Smart Tools, Human Kinetics. We're going to give away another course tonight. Yeah. We got to draw a name.
And
do that after the show.
Allison, if you're listening, I sent you a message. Allison, I want more information from you. I want to know who you are. You are lucky and you got a free course. So everybody else, have a great night. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite.
Bye.